All right. All right. Making sure I was live and I could be heard. I'm supposed to be live on Instagram, but I do not see myself live on Instagram. So I'm not going to worry about that right now. I wanted to talk about the corpus callosum. I'm going to play a video. I have a video on my page from when rodhayes was on this guy named the Taz show. They did like a 4-hour build. Y'all check that out. It's having to do with your Christos, the true meaning of Christmas, Santa Claus, and all that. All the symbolism. Just gonna hop right into it. This video, this is my first live screen from YouTube using this setup. Usually I'll be upstairs, but I want to do this. So let's check this out. See if this works.
Who wants to start at this first off the top before I get in?
So if you notice that this word colostrum is similar to the first suckle of the baby from the mother's teat called the colostrum.
The colostrum, yes, teach, holy shit, yes. Okay.
Right now, the reason why a lot of us is having problems with the children because the pair binding is broken at the colostrum feeding to the newborn baby. The cycle is supposed to be the baby is born, you clear the mouth, you put them on the teeth, drink the colostrum. The colostrum, when it goes through the baby's system, sends a hormone through the baby's body, which also is infusing it with genetic memory, biological self-defense that we call antibiotics. It's giving them an immune system, and it's also telling them the program of the mother so that he can understand his own program. All this is the first information fed to the child externally after birth from the mother. Now, once the chemicals in the baby's body is hormonally released, they feed the information back through the umbilical cord, and this colostrum represents the spinal cord, right? Because this colostrum travels up the spinal cord to the brain, right? So in the uterus being a portal, it's sending a signal from the child into the walls of the mother's vagina through the placenta, right? And once this happens, then it sends the mother's brain, just like this colostrum right here is sending this secretion to the brain. This sends the same response to the mother's brain to facilitate actual parental pair binding with mother and child that's been deprived through clipping the umbilical cord and slapping them on the ass.
Facts, bro. You blew my mind with that colostrum because that is the most important part of the milk itself.
Called the reticular formation.
Mm-hmm.
It's here that your consciousness enters the body. It's also known as the black dot because it's heavily concentrated with melanin. And it's also referred to as the black mirror. Well, you can't see through the black mirror unless you have the gold elixir, the black and the gold, Big Mama colors.
Wow.
The gold elixir rushes over the nerve ganglia and it flips on the pineal gland, which is a light bulb on the inner side of the brain in the upper right hemisphere, where it absorbs the information coming in from Big Mama on something called an anterior gyrus. It's right here on your head. So that's called the opening of the crown chakra.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's giving you now, it went from giving you astro geology to giving you biology, to giving you metaphysics, and now it's giving you the return of it all, what they call a resurrection. When the sacred elixir fills the four chambers of the brain, left and right hemisphere have to be in sync because of the density of the gold liquid. It's called the sacred secretion.
So, yes, the sacred secretion. We don't learn about this at all. My first time hearing about it was a few years ago, but now I finally understand it. Even scientists don't understand the full function of the corpus callosum. Here's a coronal section of that, so you can see what it looks like if it pops up. I'm not sure if it popped up. There it is. It's a coronal section of it. The sagittal section. It's that gray area right there. And what's interesting is it looks like a serpent. This is a tractography. Let me read y'all a little bit about tractography, of how they got this image. Tractography is an MR diffusion method for identifying white matter pathways in the living human brain. These pathways form the substrate for information transfer between remote brain regions and are therefore central to our understanding of function in both the normal and diseased brain. So this is your brain function here. Isn't that amazing? You get that still image. So you can see what I'm talking about. It looks like a snake. And we all know that snake, that serpent, is wisdom. And the fact that it extends from the back of our brain to the front part like a snake, as if the wisdom is sweeping over us when we receive our Christos. The Christos, you receive your Christos when the moon is full in your sun sign. For example, I'm in Aries. A couple months ago, the moon was full in Aries, so I performed my Christos. It's when the moon is in your sun sign for 2.5 days is when you receive the information, which is why you gotta fast and set aside that time and make it sacred. But we don't learn that. So imagine if we did this all the time. Your cerebrospinal fluid, I believe, rotates every 12 hours. It just flushes over your system, your whole system. So during the time when the sun's not in your moon sign. Excuse me. When the moon is not in your sun sign, all that time your body is doing its normal function of secreting that fluid. But when it gets to the sign gets in your moon, it's a special time. You receive special deposits of those minerals as it rotates and flushes throughout your system. That's why it's important to abstain from what they say, to fast from food and even from sex, so you can receive the potency of that. Let's see. Some little facts about the corpus callosum. It's a thick bundle of nerve fibers. It's deep in the brain's white matter. And it's pretty thin, but it has lots of nerves going to it to be such a small part of the brain. Say it looks like a leaf. You guys saw that. Let's see if it. You can look at the coronal section of the brain, and it does look like a leaf. Let me make that smaller. Yep, does look like a leaf. I just thought it was interesting. I want to speak about the corpus callosum, because not even like I say, scientists don't even know that much about it, about its function. They just know it's important because it has a lot of nerves going to it, and it's just a thick bundle of nerve fibers itself. I'm looking for some more pictures. Let's see. Description, the function. Let's see. There we go. You see, look at the spine. You can read the little white part over there. How the secretion happens and how it travels throughout your body. And they say the story of the Bible, Jesus and the 12 disciples talks about this. Like everything is in code. Everything is encoded. Because like even with, I know they said alchemists had to hide their information in nonsensical babblings so it wouldn't be demonized as what it really was. So a lot of stuff is in code, and we have to break down the code to receive the information, to receive what we need. It's fascinating. And it's fascinating how everything is made up of everything else. How we share similar chemical properties with things throughout the universe. A voxel and a quark, we're similar. We're made up of quarks, subatomic particles, all those things the universe is made of. All these things here in front of me are made of. So I have these things in front of me, and I want to talk a little bit about the corpus callosum. Let me hurry up, because my child about to wake up. Because I want to demonstrate how I've unlocked my mind. I'm tapping into a section of myself that I didn't know existed, and it has to be this corpus callosum. It's so small and seems so insignificant, but like I say, it has all the nerves from your body is running to it as if it's a central processing station for information. And when Rodhayes mentioned the interior gyrus and how the information comes in, like you feel it when you get a download. Do you feel your crown tingling? You feel information coming into it. It's like your corpus callosum is an antenna, and it's receiving that information, and you can program it. Because scientists don't know what it is, but you can go within yourself and figure it out. And I'm still doing that. But what I've done is, people think it's, I used to laugh at these fellas too, when they did they be online moving forward paper. I thought it was, thought they was tripping. I thought it was the wind. Said there's no way. But, I mean, we are capable of doing that. All I have to do is just link in. Just link into, move this out the way. Just link into we're made of the same things. So we should be able to link into it and connect with it and not command. Demand would suggest, hey, can you move for me? It can't be the wind. Try it. How am I generating this much wind to move this? It can't be the wind. Try it. Try it for yourself and you will see. Aluminum is not magnetic, so it's not a magnet. And I've measured from where my laptop is to the end of this table is about a little over 3 feet. And then from here to where I stand behind this line and where my rug ends meets the floor, it's about 2.5 more feet. So I've been practicing distance and control. Cause if you watch my video I put up, I have the pushing pretty much good. I'm trying to do the pulling and then the control. So distance and control. By control I mean making it go where I want, which direction I want it to. And if it was the wind, it would move each time I swung at it. But sometimes when I swing, it doesn't go anywhere. Nah, Rob wasn't here. I was just playing a video. I'm sorry, I didn't know nobody was in here watching this. Hopefully, I don't know why it's frozen. If you notice this ball is moving, I can't generate that much wind to move that ball. I also have this line in the middle of my table. It makes it difficult sometimes, and you really have to push the energy. You can do like this, generate some energy. Because we are in the energy field, y'all. We have an aura. We have layers of energy around us. You can tap into it. Y'all see them Asian people be doing Tai Chi. They do it for a reason. They move energy around. Y'all seen Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, how she was doing all this and controlling the wind and stuff? We can do all that. Alright, let me see. Sometimes I can push the bottle over. Sometimes I can't. It's definitely moving though. Let me see it this way. It use up a lot of energy too. But it's like on Dragon Ball Z, the more you train, the better you get. And now I see why Goku be eating like that, cause I be getting hungry as hell doing this. And this is some pieces of this can. So it's not foil paper. It's easy. It's not easy. I'm saying to move foil paper, but this is more difficult.